Hello and welcome to the Let That Shift Go podcast. I'm Noel.
And I'm Lena.
And this is where we talk about the good, the bad, and all the shift in between.
We'll just talk mad shift.
Let's get into it.
And on today's episode, I have a very special guest, dear friend, Melissa. And today's episode is called When Spirit Calls, Melissa's journey from Catholic mom to psychic medium.
Hello.
Welcome, Melissa.
Thank you, Lena.
I'm so happy to have you here. And I want to share a little bit about how we met.
Yes, wonderful.
My dog Barkley has been ill. He was diagnosed with a condition, and I really felt like I want to talk to my dog and ask him, like, what does he need and what does he want and how do we proceed? And another dear friend of mine gave me Melissa's number, and she says she talks to animals. She talks to spirit. And I immediately felt like I'm going to reach out right now. And I did. And she called me probably within an hour.
Yes.
And was at my house the next morning and was just so incredibly helpful with communicating with Barkley and like just really connecting with him in ways that I couldn't fathom.
Really?
And just watching the energy shift between the two of you and how and by the end of that meeting, he was just sitting squared up face to face when he felt that he had been heard. And so when I met you, I was able to hear your incredible story. And I was like, we have got to do a podcast. And as you know, on Let That Shift Go, what we talk about is like, how did you know when it was time to take a shift? Like we're all going through different changes and iterations of ourselves. And oftentimes it's necessary to let the old versions of ourselves go in order to emerge into the new one. So you are the perfect guest.
You are too kind.
It's the biggest act of faith and trust in yourself is to, when everything leads us away from everything we've ever known.
Absolutely.
So, and again, I'll let you know at the end, but melissthemedium.com is where you can find her. But let's just get into it. And so I really want to know first question is, what was your relationship with faith and spirituality like just growing up?
Interesting question. So your audience knows I am a professional psychic medium, and I haven't always been a professional psychic medium. There was a huge part of my life where I was just your average Catholic mother, raising her children Catholic, making sure they did their sacraments, just being your average stay-at-home wife with a twist.
Mm-hmm.
I am a wife married to a wife.
Mm-hmm.
And so although our lives don't look your basic traditional family, we had very traditional lives. The kids had very traditional lives growing up. I kept them in church. I kept them involved. Although I was living away from the church in my lifestyle, if you will, I was living a happier life, a life with a lot more answers, a lot less burden on me. I just was living a lot lighter. So it felt right.
Yeah.
To flow in that.
Live in alignment.
Live in alignment.
How was it when you were living out of alignment?
Thank you. I was so lost. Oh my gosh. Just saying that feels good.
Yeah.
I was very lost. I felt like I was always seeking a version of me that did not align. I was also
like ticking the boxes of like, this is what's expected of a woman, of a mother, of a Catholic woman.
That's right.
And let me fulfill all those roles in the ways that I've been told.
Yes. Excuse me. Yes. Even going as far as getting married in the Catholic Church, making all of my sacraments as well, of course, getting married in the Catholic Church, living that life, playing a role that never felt organic or fulfilling, honestly. And it's not a sexual orientation issue. It was that I did not feel fulfilled, seen, heard, I just felt
Like you were
empty.
playing a role.
Very much so.
Yeah. Wearing a mask.
Very much so. Wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Always masking. I'm a master at masking
Mm-hmm.
from my childhood until I shed all of that. And that's been some time now.
Yeah.
I've been with my wife for 20 years. I've had a lot of shifts throughout my life.
Yeah.
But saying that, my faith, my goodness, my faith has brought me to today.
Yeah.
I learned to love and accept myself, to see myself in the way that I was created. And I had to take a very hard look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
Deep in my eyes, and ask myself, when are you going to be your own version of
you.
yourself?
Yeah. And looking back, when did you start to feel like your inner world didn't quite match the life you were living?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what was that?
The feeling of never feeling I don't want to say complete. I never feel like we're complete. I feel like we're always growing and learning and absorbing. But a feeling of emptiness and unfulfilled life.
Mm-hmm.
The things that should have brought me joy weren't bringing me joy. Things were shifting, and I was no longer that version of myself.
Yeah.
And I was starting to see. I was going through awakening.
Mm-hmm.
I was waking up. And
tell me about that. What does that mean? What did that mean to you? Did you even know that term?
I did
back then.
Yeah, I did.
What did that look like for those shifts starting to happen?
The way they look is like a mental breakdown.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. If you really want to know what spiritual awakening looks like, it looks like you're losing your mind to the outside world.
Yeah.
And within, you feel like you're in a cocoon, in a straitjacket, and also being cut out of a straitjacket and then released into the wild with wings and tools. And
it's like the chrysalis. Like you go into this caterpillar molting and it's emulsifying, literally liquidating everything that has been in order to form something new.
And then going completely against what I was raised to believe.
Yeah.
So then I had to sit with that and feel into and pray.
Yeah.
Pray that I get answers of good or bad, because that's what I was trained to believe.
Yeah.
When really, what I really should have been doing was just continuing to look within and trust.
Yeah.
Trust the higher ups. Trust what you're seeing. Trust what you're being shown.
Yeah.
And the feeling of being elated, this adrenaline, this unconditional love that I finally got to receive.
Mm-hmm. And it's because I was raised Catholic as well.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I remember going through my own period of awakening and questioning, and that was not welcomed.
No.
Like it was not welcomed that you would even read the Bible on your own.
No.
You were not worthy to interpret.
Thank you. Thank you for that validation, because I would always go to my priest or sisters and ask questions. Well, if the Bible says this, why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm.
And I was literally told, we don't ask questions.
Yeah. We don't ask questions. And meanwhile, life's like, what the fuck?
But I have questions.
I have a lot of questions.
Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. And your questions are not welcome here.
Right. Just do it.
Yeah. I think that's, if you're not raised Catholic, you don't really understand that having an awakening, being raised Catholic, is much different than maybe if you were raised in a way that encouraged you to explore or to listen to your intuition or your feeling. I mean, it was the extreme.
Yes.
To be having this experience as a Catholic mother, woman, and then to be like, what am I feeling? So it makes sense that feels like a complete breakdown, because it's outside of everything that has been available to you to process your reality.
Yep.
So I don't want to really skip that part about how hard it is, you know, to
It
be
is.
able to find your way out.
I feel like I clawed my way out
Mm-hmm.
mentally, excuse me, mentally and emotionally. I just had to remove like myself completely and build myself back up from the ground up and trust. I have taken Jesus into my life
Mm-hmm.
as the man he was here on earth.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And his message is not necessarily what's been written about his messages.
Yeah.
Just love him. But I love a lot of gods, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
what they bring, saints, higher ups, whatever you want, archangels. You know, you kind
You
of
sort
take.
of were it's forced to expand.
You are
your-
forced to expand
Yeah.
because the narrow version, this tunneled version that we've been
fed.
Thank you. I was like, should I say fed? Yes, we were fed to believe this one way
Mm-hmm.
all our lives and not to look anywhere past that.
It's not fitting.
It's not fitting.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we do. This is how we do it.
Yeah.
And this is what we all do. It wasn't enough for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough for me. It's
Yeah.
never been enough for me. And they knew that.
Yeah.
They knew that.
Yeah. What were some of the, you know, even early intuitive moments or little signs that you ignored or explained away?
Gosh, so many. So many. So I started writing this this list of a list of stories, like collaboration of stories,
Mm-hmm.
a series of incidents that have
Memoirs,
happened.
like memoirs. Yeah.
Little stories, yeah, the spiritual situations that I've been in,
Mm-hmm.
where they're now like over 70 stories of my spiritual world growing up, like incidences, things I thought I saw, messages I actually heard with my ears, being led to my grandparents' grave after 30 plus years of not visiting that grave. I was led to their grave off the freeway.
Wow.
It's a story. So many things happened that I just couldn't explain, but this is a really good one. I'm going to get into this really quick.
Okay.
I'm on my way home, single mom, driving like a speed racer to get to my kids on time from daycare. I'm charged $1 a minute for each child that I'm late. I was very late. I'm speeding through. I get off the freeway to make my way to the sidelines to get home. All of a sudden, I get this message to turn my car around and start driving into this cemetery that I passed. And I'm like, would I do that? I don't have time. I'm like, okay, just really fast. I'm being called over here for a reason. I don't know what's going on. I know my grandparents are buried here, so let me just drive real quick. They're pulling me here. I start parking. I start driving through the cemetery. I park. I look to my left. I pull forward probably another 15 feet. Then I park the car, get out, walk maybe 50 feet to my left, and look down, and there are my grandparents. I'm alone. I'm being brought down to my knees. When I tell you that my knees were being pulled down, my hands were being pulled down to my hands and knees on the grass in heels and work clothes. There I am, my eyes closed, inhaling the biggest inhale from their grave, when just minutes ago I was rushing to get to my kids. Yeah. You can't explain that.
Yeah.
You just can't.
How did you? Did you kind of explain it away?
No.
Was that one of the signs?
Oh, that was a big sign.
It was like knock, knock.
But that was so many years ago.
Yeah.
And there are so many stories like that.
Yeah.
That just, there's no doubt of where that came from.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. My grandparents were at my knees and my hands And I took the biggest inhale that you can ever imagine.
And there they are. I'm wondering is like, was that one of the things that helped you to, let go of staying in the comfort of conditioning? Like, were those signs the things that were like, I can't ignore this anymore? Where there's just a series of them starting to build that I can no longer just stay in the known or what I've been taught, and maybe the discomfort that it's becoming even more of a calling.
Such an interesting question, and so multi-leveled.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The short answer
is. Ooh.
Okay, well then this is my next question. Because yes, right? Is what was your breaking point? Sorry. Or that breakthrough moment when you knew you couldn't stay in the life that you'd built?
Thank you. See, there are so many versions of my life that I've made those decisions.
Yeah.
Big choices. I've gone under bariatric surgery. I'm unrecognizable to a lot of people who've always known me.
Mm-hmm.
I carry 120 pounds less than I always have. I've been divorced. I divorced my children's father.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge shift in finally loving myself enough, respecting myself, and getting out of that trained version of myself.
What was the moment that you said, I can no longer be in this trained version of myself?
Yeah. Finding real love for myself. Finding myself. Sorry.
Loving yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Loving myself enough to know that I don't deserve this any longer. Not another moment do I need to provide this person with accessibility to me and my soul. He no longer has control to crush that.
And you had to get to the point where you had to value yourself and love yourself enough to say.
And also see myself through my children's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And know that I don't want this for them. And it's going to be hard right now to walk away from this family structure. But in the long run, I hope they see that they can do it as well. They can leave a situation that does not serve them. They could leave a situation that does not fulfill them. They could leave a religion, a job, whatever, to not settle and to shift their life into high gear. Yeah. And I did that the moment I left, because I was open to receive the true love I was meant to receive. And I sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's, something I often hear is that what we don't heal, our children will have to.
Oh, yes.
The things that we don't want to deal with, we're just passing it off to them.
Yep.
So sometimes having that courage to embrace your own worth and to say no to something where you're settling or you are enduring a life that does not fit you is emulating something so much deeper for them. And I know I've had times in my life where I'm like, am I emulating something that I want my kids to also do? And when the answer was no, where I couldn't give myself permission before, suddenly the permission came.
Right.
Because sometimes you won't do it for yourself. But
That's right.
When you think about your kids, you're like, would I want them to be choosing the thing that I'm choosing right now?
That's right. And that's exactly where I was. I have 2 daughters from that marriage. And I said, I cannot have them. For me, I would have put up with it all of their lives.
Yeah.
For the sake of them. Right? Right. We're kind of trained to believe that.
Self-sacrificing.
Right. I'm going to self-sacrifice myself for my children.
Martyrdom.
Right. Yeah. No one's doing that today. I'm breaking that today.
You're welcome.
Yes. So that was one of those things where I was like, this needs to be done. And they need to see that even if it's hard, it's worth it alone. If then in bad company, there's a saying in Spanish that you're better off alone than in bad company.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very true. And that's
Yeah.
what I realized, that I don't need to put myself in bad company any longer.
Yeah.
And it served me better, served me best away, because I got to be the better version of a mother that I couldn't have been in that situation.
Yeah. As someone that you could be proud of.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I've shifted so much since then. They've seen so many versions of me
Mm-hmm.
that I feel a lot of mom guilt. There's that.
Tell me about that.
Oh, it's killing me. The mom guilt is killing me daily.
Yeah. It's a real
Because
thing.
I'm allowing it. I'm allowing it. I allow it, and then I take it back. I'm back and forth with it. I'm teeter-tottering with mom guilt. We are new to empty nesting.
Mm-hmm.
It is such a shift.
Oh, huge.
And when you ask about the mediumship, that's really when the shift happened. I have to bring it back to spirit.
Please. Yeah, please.
We had been going through a lot after the pandemic. As most families, it generated a pool of issues that we had no idea we were going to carry or go through.
Yeah.
Not everyone, not all of us have just picked up and carried on with life. It's been a struggle. There was a lot of, a lot of passings. We lost a lot of people during the pandemic, and not having those people in this lifetime now, we're still working through grieving and the process. So during the pandemic, our children became adults, graduated, moved on to different things, and everything in our home was shifting. So I always had the dream, I always had the belief that I was going to be a real estate agent all my life. I live, breathe HGTV, decor, architecture, you name it. In my mind, I was manifesting it at light speed. I was in real estate school, doing it, getting ready to do my exam, studying for my California exam. While I was in class, all I could hear was all the spirits constantly talking in the room. And I was just so distracted with spirit throughout that time. And it was like spirit was literally grabbing me by the chin, by the ear, by the hair, by the sweater.
Like, look this way, listen this way.
Look over here. Don't do real estate. Do this, do this. And I'm just like, this is crazy. This is beyond anything I could ever imagine. And I know we're not really touching all of that yet, but it's so beautiful that I could no longer ignore the messages I was receiving. And with validation, complete strangers on the streets, on the phone, technicians coming to our home to work on things, house cleaners, you name it, nail techs, message.
So it was like a building of like little whispers, bigger whispers, and then finally, you cannot ignore this anymore.
Cannot ignore it.
And I'm going to bring it in from all angles
and
until
all
you
day,
hear it.
That's right. And it got to the point that all day, every day, I was giving random messages out in the streets, just doing the work, because I was called to give this message at the produce section of the market. Pumping gas, if I'm talking to somebody, it's just bizarre how it was just flowing. And it got to the point where I could no longer ignore.
Where they turn the volume up.
It's like the movie Ghost.
Yeah.
When the ghost is singing that 99 bottles of beer. It's similar to that, where
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes. And my friends like to call me Whoopi because they reference me. They reference the movie a lot with me. It's really funny. They're like, Molly, you was in danger, girl. I'm like, I know. So, but yeah, spirit will get your attention, and they can be very, they're very direct. they get what they want. They get my attention, and then they're off to do whatever else they're going to be doing.
It's funny because, like, we look back at this journey, even of the conversation, right? We start out as this Catholic married mom, who is then finding that there's just something, there's a call to something, like there is more. You need to ask more questions. Your questions are not welcome. Okay, I still have them.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to have this kind of like breakdown of looking at like the relationship I'm in is not one where my soul is welcome, that I am welcome as who I am in any way, shape, or form. I don't want my daughters to emulate this same thing of like sacrifice, making yourself smaller in order to make setting yourself on fire so everyone else can stay warm.
That's right.
And so I'm going to have to be pulled into something that is scary, right? A new way of living or of life. And meanwhile, then I'm going to think I'm going to go into real estate, but Spirit's like at all angles.
Yep.
Guess I'm not doing that. This is nuts. I'm hearing all of these spirits coming in and messages that want to be received. I want to know, like, how did your community, your friends, your family respond to your shift? What was that like?
The response was like a mixed bag of nuts. I like to compare coming out as a medium, psychic medium, as like coming out gay. You don't know who you're going to lose. And coming from a Catholic background, we come from a conservative city in Southern California. We were there for 25 years. It was not easy.
Mm-hmm.
And coming out, it's like coming out because you finally come to a sense of self, finally.
Mm-hmm.
And you grapple with that and you go through all the darkness and the highs and the lows of getting to know yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Now you have to share that with the outside world.
Yeah.
And I compared
rubber meets the road.
Right. And so you start telling people that dead people are talking to you and they know your history of constantly evolving
Mm-hmm.
and what that looks like. So I felt like a lot of people didn't really take me very seriously. They're just very serious. They were just didn't know what to make of it
Mm-hmm.
and didn't want to really inquire.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my friend. She does that, but we don't really talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. And we didn't.
Another shutdown.
Another shutdown.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I keep coughing.
Oh, please.
I love my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I love the connections we all have. I have so many wonderful friends of all walks, and those connections are still true and deep. And we have those. I was just finding that I was hitting a lot of block walls spiritually, as I wasn't able to grow spiritually in my mediumship with sharing in my circles. And even the new circles I was trying to find out where I lived in Whittier, I wasn't finding my circles of spiritual people open.
Like a place for you to grow.
For me to grow or ask questions or even debate the Bible or my my Catholic upbringing. I really wanted to sit with people and just talk about what it is we're going through.
Yeah.
And I felt a lot of closed doors.
Yeah.
The real shift came in being in Costa Rica a couple years ago, 1 year ago.
Time is weird now. So.
Time is so strange. Not even 1 year ago. Wow. We were in Costa Rica, and in the middle of the night, in a man's voice, I heard a message that said, "Don't give up on Temecula."
You're like, what is Temecula?
What? And it was the strangest thing. My wife and I had been talking about moving, and we didn't know what city. We had talked about maybe 50 cities. Temecula was written off 1,000,000 years ago for many reasons. Okay, we won't get into those reasons. But I thought 2 gay women moving to Temecula. Yeah, right.
That sounds
No,
hard.
right. So I got this clear as day message in the middle of the night in a man's voice, not to give up on Temecula. We found our home that we spoke about for over 20 years in detail. That home was delivered to us in Temecula with a bluebird sign to confirm. I mean, spiritually, we were brought here.
Yeah.
I didn't understand why, but the spiritual growth that I've been able to experience here, the circles I've been able to get involved in, has been wonderful. Even just the opportunity to meet you and Barkley and your husband Armando, such an honor, such a blessing. It's just we've been blessed so much in the year that we've been here.
Yeah.
Not even a year. Sorry. We've been here since February.
It's quantum time now. So
I mean, I don't even understand time anymore. I don't know days. I don't know time. I just know that I'm living.
Yeah.
I'm living a life that I have dreamt of for a long time.
Yeah.
And the shift came from a man's voice in Costa Rica and a couple of near-death experiences.
Just thrown in there.
Just throw those in.
In case she didn't hear the voice.
Right. Yeah, let's throw it all in, personal issues, finances, all the things that play the biggest parts in our lives.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering how, through this process, you're able to heal your relationship with spirituality, right? Because I know, even maybe with God and through this new lens, because I know for me, coming up Catholic, then born again Christian, and then realizing wait, there's so much more here than we're, experiencing and what I've been told and what's been available, just traveling to other countries and seeing how other people worship. But it was this weird thing of holding all of that together of believe in God, I believe in Jesus. There's something really deeply personal and I feel very led, but it doesn't fit what I've been given. And I don't want to throw all of it out, but how do I heal that relationship with it? What was that like for you to come back to even a relationship with Jesus or all of that and still, but you being fully who you are?
Right.
Yeah.
For me, it just goes that that's such a wonderful question. How do I answer this, God? I just go back to my connection with him and my history with him. He has brought me out of darkness so many times. I have experienced a lot of abuse. I have come out of abuse as a survivor so many times in so many different areas of abuse. And he has led me through that darkness.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Never left.
Never left. So with that, anything that comes to my path, crosses my path, stays in my path, I trust it.
Yeah.
Because I trust him.
Yeah.
That's it. I trust him. I know that whatever's in my path is going to be safe for me.
Right.
Because it's of light.
Yes.
I know that when I channel, it's bright.
It's of light.
It's so bright and of light that I trust it.
Barkley is confirming.
Hi, Barkley. It's absolutely of light.
Yeah. And that's how you kind of mended that bridge back together.
Thank you. That's exactly how I mended the bridge, is that I trust it to be of God.
We're going to bring him out because he's on fire now.
He's excited. He wants to protect mommy. Always. Barkley,
come on, buddy. Let's go out. Come on.
Go outside?
Go outside and see.
He wants to stay with me.
And speaking of Barkley,
yes,
I want to know what animals have taught you about that unconditional love or intuitive trust.
My own, my dogs, all my past pets.
Yeah,
they are my soul connection. They are my world. Yeah. Aside from my children, They are the closest thing to me, my children and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
They are the closest thing to me, and we're soul connected. So every animal that I've ever soul connected with.
How did you know when you started to connect with animals? Like, what was that like?
That was different.
And here he is.
Yep. He's wanting to protect.
What was that like when you're sitting next to an animal and you're like, what's happening here?
So I'm going to tell you that I've always spoken to animals.
Ah, I love that.
Even stuffed animals. And I believe that they were speaking back to me as a child. So when it comes to reading, their energy, just like we are, they carry emotions just the way we do. They're just not able to verbally speak. So their energy is much more amped up than humans.
Yeah.
Because us humans, we have an outlet with our words.
Yeah. We have a like sense to be able to use language.
To express ourselves and to release it.
Yeah.
Animals, unfortunately, they're humans, they're not in a space to receive their message.
Yeah.
We're consumed with the outside world and our stressors that even if, they could be flashing signs in front of us and we wouldn't hear them because they're not speaking with words.
Mm-hmm.
Even Barkley, he's trying to outwardly speak right now.
Yeah.
That's his way of, I need to get this out.
Yeah.
This energy is in me and I need to get that out to get this emotion out because I'm feeling like I need to protect my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And no one's hearing the urgency. No one's sensing an urgency, but I do.
Yeah.
So Barkley is using his words right now. It's great.
How did you start to be able to like feel into that and know, like, what does that feel like to feel it and to be able to communicate it?
So that came with reading humans and actually doing the work, translating for spirit, speaking for spirit. As I sit with my clients and tap into the human connection and our body language, our heat, there's so many elements that go into reading.
Yeah. There's so much information happening.
Even smells. I mean, all our clairvoyant senses, when they start activating, that's really when you want to start paying attention. So during a reading, it's all activated. I didn't even think. I was sitting near a man and his dog at a dog park.
Yeah.
And the dog came and sat right next to me.
Whoa.
A little poodle. And I was just, it was kind of, not a poodle, it was a Sheltie. A small Sheltie. And not only did she sit next to me, she put out her hand to hold my hand. And I just said, okay. And I just held her hand there. And the man started talking to me. He said, she only holds people's hands if she likes you. And, oh, thank you. But as she was holding my hand, I could feel in my solar plexus the weight just like so heavy. And I felt a sense of missing someone deeply, emotionally missing a female.
Wow.
And then as we're still holding hands, he's showing me the photo of this woman. Her white hair, her light skin, her pink clothing.
Yeah.
And I had to ask the man. I said, I'm sorry, sir. Is your dog missing someone? And I kind of I said, I'm sorry, but, I'm a psychic medium. I read humans, but your dog's kind of giving me this message. And he's like, well, that's funny, dear. My parents met by a psychic medium. They met at a psychic medium's office.
Wow.
Building or, her space. That's how his parents met, through a psychic medium.
Oh my
He's like,
goodness.
please tell me more. He's like, you're saying that my dog's missing someone? I said, yes. And he goes, you're absolutely right. And I said, it's been about 5 years that she's been gone. He goes, yep, it's going to be 5 years next month.
Wow.
And it's his wife that had passed.
Wow.
And it's just poured in after that. I would tap into birds, hummingbirds, crows, listen to what they were discussing.
I love this. Life just gets so much more interesting.
It's so much more interesting when you know what the squirrels are actually doing and fighting about. That's not what people think.
Yeah.
Or mating calls.
Yeah.
I was feeling the mating call. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? They're not fighting over food. They're
Yeah.
trying to mate.
Yeah.
So you just get a little more information and you get to know the pet or the animal on such a deep level.
Mm-hmm.
It just reminds you that we are all meant to connect.
Yeah.
It's that we don't have the capacity sometimes because life is so stressful.
Yeah. We can't hear.
We can't hear. We can't get through
Kind
the
of
mess.
like this blower in the background.
Right. Yeah.
I feel like it's so fitting.
Isn't it? But it's life.
Yeah, it's life.
And it takes over us and it could take away from this moment.
Yeah.
Or it could just bring us together even better, right? Like honestly. And I think that I've had to do a lot more of that and stop looking back so much
Mm-hmm.
at the shifts.
Yeah.
Because it's been so many shifts. And
Just a constant wave after wave after wave.
And I'm not good with change. So for me to shift.
Well, I would beg to differ. I don't know if we can make that claim.
Well, I am Aquarius. Let's not get that twisted. I'm always going to keep things interesting. I'm always going to keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
I think
You're never going to be bored.
Never going to be bored. I think after even 20 years of marriage, my wife is not bored.
Yeah.
Because you never know what you're going to get with me. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I have grown a lot, but I've gone through so many shifts that I've had to crawl myself out of to then change it because I would not have changed it on my own.
Yeah.
God knows that about me.
Yeah.
I have to be pushed so far.
Oh, yeah. I know someone like that.
You do?
I see her in the mirror every day.
Right? Are you an Aquarius as well?
I'm Taurus.
Taurus.
Stubborn.
Okay. Stubborn, yeah.
Very stubborn.
That's good though.
Yeah.
It keeps you, that's you're golden. I love Tauruses. You guys
we like the nice things and we like to be right.
Yeah. Once you plant those heels in, that's it.
Not getting
You're not going,
Mm-hmm.
I love that though. Oh, I have a best friend that's a Taurus.
Yeah.
And we were best friends since we were 10 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We stick around too.
That's right.
We do.
Loyal.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I have to say, one of the most amazing things that I found with when you came to connect with Barkley was just like you felt right into his personality, which when you see him, you would think would be very different. Because he's like, he's this really good looking dog. And
beautiful.
But he is extremely selective and very particular and quirky.
Really?
Yeah. And so you just kind of like leaned into his energy, and as you were communicating things to me about what he wanted, because our question was, whether or not to put this dog through extreme surgery and chemotherapy only to get 2 months of continued life.
Right. And
I kind of felt like the answer was no, but of course you doubt yourself. Like anybody who has pets is like, am I making the right decision? Is it, on what basis? And when you came in and really felt into him and said he doesn't like these rooms with metal, the vets, you said the vet's office.
Okay.
Doesn't like it there, and he doesn't want surgery. He just wants to sit in his area and look out on the land. And you didn't know that every night he would go out and sit on his area and overlook the land, be out there at sunset. And I realized, oh my gosh, that's what he wants. And it made it so much easier for us to make the decision of just supporting his life instead of trying to control it and do what we wanted to do, which was based on what we would want to,
That's right.
And just so much comfort in knowing that we were more aligning with his values and what he wanted. And I'll tell you, he's going on 3 months of life, and they didn't think he would get a weekend.
I'm so happy to hear this.
So
this warms my heart.
Oh yeah, we've outlasted what surgery would have given us.
Yep.
And he's still here, and I don't know for how much longer, but it was just so comforting. So I'm so glad that this gift is something that you have allowed to come through and to be offered. And yeah, there's just such beautiful purpose in it and healing. So I just want to thank you for that, because
thank you.
It's very powerful.
You're welcome. And thank you for that. I wish more people would be open to it. There's so much healing and knowledge and just knowing the directive your loved one or your pet wants to, whoever that is.
Yeah. And to know that it's possible when you're open to be able to communicate,
Right. Right. I really wish people would be more open to mediumship. There's so much healing in it. They could get so many answers. Gosh, I just wish people were more open to receive and stop looking at it as such a good versus evil, good versus bad.
Yeah.
Because it is all of good. It's all of light. And all the messages are a positive.
Yeah.
So I wish people were more open to receive positive message and stop questioning the source.
Yeah, or stick it into, like tie it to dogma in some way that you've been taught that, that must mean this or that. It must be evil. It's coming from somewhere unholy. But it's like, it's all God.
Right.
And
also look at this. I mean, Barkley gets to live his best life till the end.
On his terms.
On his terms, on his land with his family. I mean, that's what I want for everyone, to have that peace of mind and to be able to visually experience all that spirit has for them.
Yeah. It's just waiting. The thing is like that, like letting go of an identity that maybe is not ours. It's one that was prescribed or told to us. And when you let that go, what remains is your essence.
Yes.
And when you're able to let that essence be expressed, that's where freedom actually begins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you are living that story.
The freedom really is within, and finding that love for yourself. That's when I really broke through.
Yeah.
Is when I started loving myself more and respecting myself and accepting myself for how I was made and who I am.
Yeah.
No matter what version, it's part of the process. And I'm so grateful that I'm here today and in this space and in this like freedom to explore everything that God's going to put before me.
Yeah.
God, spirit, earth, the universe, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I want to be open to receive.
Yes.
And I finally am, because I've shifted. I've let go of so
all
much
the stuff you're not.
Like, it took so much of me to get rid of it.
Yeah.
It took 50 years to really work on to just say enough is enough.
Yeah.
I want to feel happy.
Yeah.
I want to feel like I want to live.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to feel like I want to live. I don't want to feel every day.
Yeah.
I want every day to be an exciting new adventure. I don't want it to be something I dread and wonder what's going to
surviving
and
something.
survive and what's going to happen next. I was really projecting a lot of that negative.
Yeah.
And in that time, I didn't see it, that I was inviting it in and continuing to let it live in me.
You get what you expect.
Right.
So many times.
Yeah. How about letting light and life in?
Yeah.
For once. And
absolutely.
Knowing that I deserve it.
Yep. It's non-negotiable what you deserve.
I like that.
I like it too. What would you say to someone who feels that same inner tug and that knowing that something in their life no longer fits?
I'm going to say, please do you unapologetically, from a source, from a place of love, respect, and honoring yourself. And always stay curious. Always want to know more about yourself, and never stop exploring yourself and loving yourself, because it feels good there. And you find real love. You find real acceptance and a real sense of belonging. Like, you belong here. You're here for a reason. You're not just here to be abused. You're here to help heal.
Yeah. We start with ourselves.
And we
first.
start with self.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I would say. And I would say that to myself.
Yeah.
I was saying that to myself.
You're talking to
I was literally talking to myself.
Past version of yourself.
Past version of myself.
I love that.
I was. Because I was so scared. And I'm not anymore. I'm not scared to live. I'm not scared to meet people and do new things and let go of guilt all the stuff that doesn't serve me.
Yeah.
I've repeated that too many times. So it's time to start living and
That's
loving.
old story
That's
stuff.
old. Yeah, I'm shifting that crap right out. Bye.
Yeah. It's messy, but it's sacred work.
Yes.
It's sacred work.
It is. And it's difficult, but it's worth it. It's worth the fear. Even just break through the fear. That's another one. My wife was I have to give so much credit to my wife. She really helped me through my spiritual awakening to not be afraid. And when I would say, the Spirit is saying this or that, I don't know what else to do. I'm just going to back off. And she'd say, maybe next time lean in a little and just ask it. Ask. And I'm like, no, there's nothing wrong in asking.
Yeah.
And when she put it that way, like, just ask.
Expand.
Like, what do you want? What do you need? How can I help you?
Yeah.
And just that, I was like, yeah, that feels safe just to ask. And I would.
It was like someone giving you permission.
And I got that permission from my wife, oddly.
Yeah.
Like, that's funny because she knows, everybody knows, I don't ask for permission for anything. And she's definitely one not to just do you at all times. She loves this. She's writing a beautiful book about it.
I love that.
It's going to be a bestseller.
Yay. I can't wait for that. We'll have to have her back on.
Oh, please.
When the book comes out.
Talking about the book, it's just going to be next level.
Yeah.
In every bookstore, just every bookstore you can imagine.
Yeah.
Yep. The Psychic's Wife.
The Psychic's Wife, like the pilot's wife, only it's the Psychic's Wife.
The Psychic's Wife. And it is
the extreme road to discovery, self-discovery.
It really is. And she's a writer. So she's got all the words. As extroverted as I am, people will be very surprised to see that I sometimes get very shy, intimidated, and sometimes have a lack of words. You could be very surprised. Because I'm surprising myself.
I love it.
There's so many times my old self would have said more.
Yeah.
And I've been silenced. I've been called to listen.
Yes.
I've been called to listen and to translate, to be the messenger.
Be a bridge.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I love it.
I was called to listen.
Basically.
Who knew?
Well, I love that every story like Melissa's reminds us that liberation doesn't always come from rejecting who we are, but from remembering who we've always been.
That's right.
And I hope that this story resonated with you out there, and, share this episode with someone who is on the edge of their own shift. Yes. And when you want to find Melissa, it's melissathamedium.com. I'll have a link to her in our show notes. And let us know what you thought about this message today, and send it on to somebody you know that it would help.
All right, that's been another episode of Let That Shift Go podcast. I'm Noel.
And I'm Lena. Let us know what your questions are, and we'd love to use them on a future episode. Or check us out on Insta at Let That Shift Go, or visit our website, serenitycovetemecula.com.
But I want to be able to listen to all your podcasts.